Yeah.
The days where you've planned it out beautifully, this is your session, the time has hit, you've waited for news to clear, you done everything right, and price still comes and gets you.
So what saves you from the crash out? Like what saves you from that crash out? Like why are you? Is it a perspective thing? Is it like how do you when you have that expectation of this is what the trade should do X, Y, and Z, and then you like I took a good trade, but then it hit my stop loss. So that what is kind of your mindset? Just being like,
my mindset.
Not crashing out. Trying out your best not to crash out. You can't crash out, right? You can't just.
I ain't gonna lie. Everybody has a different definition of crashing out. So
what is your
that's where I want to start.
Definition of crash out?
My definition of crashing out would be blowing the account all the way. The next trade, my lot size has increased exponentially. Everything that I think is wrong in my right mind, I'm now actively playing with those things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the emotional side. But consciously or mentally, my mind is like, don't do that. Stop doing it. Why are you doing it? You need to just take the trade off. Just wait. Everything is saying that. Even all the experiences I've had, the emotion is still the same.
Would you say I think it's normal to have a crash? No,
it makes you human for sure.
It's normal to think of you having the crash out. It's not good to obviously engage in the crash out. I think it's completely normal after you hit stop loss. It's you mentally like, but let me jump back in again, or crash out, but like that motion to flare up.
Yeah,
I think it's normal. I think I have not found. Tell me if I'm wrong. I have not found a way for me I get stop loss and I initially don't want to jump back in and trade like that. Now I then have a conversation with myself, be like, know what? Nah, wait for the next one. I get for the trade. But would you like I said, that the crash out / emotion flare up, I don't know what to call it, but that should be more normalized. Because you can't, it's no way to turn it on and off. I tried for years to turn it on and off.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bad thing.
No, it's necessary.
You know what I'm saying? If I hit my stop loss, I thought it was a bad thing that it was that I wanted to get back in the trade.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I came to the conclusion, like, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just know I just can't do it.
He said it, ladies and gentlemen. He came to that conclusion. This is why you can't listen to nobody else for real. Because you can listen, but as they say, believe nothing you see, believe half of what you hear. You have to put it in perspective for you. You can't. I can't go outside and be ICT tomorrow. That man said, ICT said, man, you know what I do? I remember this like because it was funny to me. He was like, I sit there and I wait. And he's like, I watch. And when that lady can't pay for her groceries, guess who walks up? Me. I sat up and I said, hey, ma'am, if you need, I can afford that for you. Something like that, where he's just like, he takes care of people with the money he had. I can't do that. I can't. I don't know how to. I can't walk up to the next person who needs $20 and give it to him. I don't have the heart for that. Tell yourself everything that you want to achieve and then go achieve it. To have any idea other than what you want out of your life is literally ludicrous. It's insane. There's no reason to harbor any idea that harms the dreams that you want. What is the point of living if you can't achieve those things? If you don't want to see them come to fruition? There's no point in trying to push as hard as you are as a trader if you don't try and push for what you want out of it. So go for it. And that's why I say you need to remember it. But that's one of the first places you start. But again, the first place I think most people need to start is right or wrong. Let your feelings judge first for a change. Learn to trust fear. Fear is not a bad emotion. Hate is not a bad emotion. It's trying to tell you something. That's it. Emotions can't run your life unless you let them. So if you want to stay in fear, keep being afraid. But if you don't want to stay in fear, listen to it. Judge it. This is where your conscious mind does come into play because it can observe these things that your body cannot. Your body isn't living your life. You are. Your body pays attention to the mind. The mind is running the show. Okay? And you need to put yourself back in that seat and be able to tell yourself, even as a day trader, when you staring at these charts, what did I come here to do today? Is it enough? Was I wrong or right to do this? Of course, we don't journal these things, but these are internal battles that traders deal with. And again, of course, we out here to make money. But I'm going to tell you like this. Again, instinct, repetition, programming the subconscious mind. If you can program yourself to just pay attention and build instinct on strategy, the money is going to be there. I told him earlier, like, man, you can have $1 million and sit it in a corner, stare at it every day. Money is useless in one spot. It is useless. It must be spent. To even get more of it, you got to spend it. Yeah. So that's how useless it is just as an item sitting somewhere. So it has to be used. So what you want to do, instead of just thinking about the money, focus on what makes the money. Become obsessed with what makes the money. Like I got taught this. He was like, man, there could be a billionaire who sells boxes, and they come and ask him, how does it feel to be a billionaire? He's like, great. Well, let me tell you about this new box we got coming. That's the mentality you need to develop. And the perspective that you want to have on that is turning all your bads into goods. I know it sucks. I know it hurts because the times I've done it, it feels like you're going against yourself. Yes, you are. Because what part of you did I tell you was going against you? Your conscious mind. Mm-hmm. Because what part of you did I tell you was going against you? Your conscious mind. Mm-hmm. It's trying to keep you safe and it's trying to keep you alive in your current normality. So in order to get past that consciously, you have to even put that on a pedestal and pay attention and question it. That's why I say start with right and wrong. Because most people can feel that. They can understand that. But if I said deeper things, or it's really surface level deep, like, no, just stay positive. What does love tell you? I can't tell you none of that. Because again, you need to develop those things yourself. My perspective of love may not be the same. When I was watching the Avengers, I was championing Thanos. Yeah. And the only reason I did is because when you turn on the last movie, yeah, the world is so safe, it's boring. That's why I was like, everybody hates Thanos, but he just solved every problem. Yeah. No more wars, no more fighting. Well, half the world is missing. I mean, but we good. We can start here now. Now let's bring back every conflict, drug wars, cartel. Let's bring all that back. And that's the perspective I took from the movie. But that's what I'm saying here is like, it's not beautiful at first. It's not cute at first. But like every plant, they can grow through concrete. And you the same way. You just have to develop it. And the only way you're going to be able to develop it is stop paying attention. I know I'm talking a lot, but stop paying attention to the money, man. Pay attention to what strategy brings you. Pay attention to what your own intellect and emotions bring you, not what other people. Like, he knows, like, I was watching everybody on YouTube. Every ICT trader you can find, I was watching. And then one day, I let him tell it. Like, I came and told him, like, man, I started watching everybody. Everyone.
You told me that. You told me that. You said you was done watching it. And I think, and the reason, because I started doing that too, and so it's like, and we're gonna talk about this later. Like, he's obviously had experience wise, and like usually I'm trying to catch up to like mentally what's happening. Like, you say you start watching people, and then like maybe like 6 months later I started watching people because I understood where he was coming from. Mm-hmm. But I think if I had to go back and put that in perspective, like why I stopped watching people, and you might agree with it, is a standpoint where you don't want somebody else's opinion on the charts or their mindset to start seeping into your psychology, because at the end of the day, whoever you're watching is irrelevant when you on the charts and ready for you to perform. Literally. So it's like you can watch it. I do watch now. If I go back and watch content, it's just strictly entertainment purpose. Literally, because it's like it's no reason for me to like try to sink my teeth in what they're doing, because when I come in the charts, I can't. I'm not them. They got own plans. This I don't know if they legit about this or that. Either way it goes on the money side. So it's like I can't keep thinking of all these different things. Like, oh man, it used to be times I'd be on the charts, I'd be like, oh dang, that person made 10,000.
Yeah, let me go see what they did.
Man, let me go. Then now I'm not following. Now let me up my size real quick. But my account is not affecting that. You know what I'm saying? My account is not reflecting that a 10,000 type of loss. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Not looking at somebody else helps you stay within your own lane, because you're focused on your own lane. Literally, that's it.
You're clicking your buttons. Yep. You're the one in control of this account, so it doesn't develop you much more as you think. It just, and we gotta be honest, y'all. It only feeds the part of you that's telling you you're trying to be like them. In truth, that's not a bad thing. In truth, because I get why we do that. This guy's riding on the clouds. I want to do that too. Man, have at it. But what we're talking about here again is developing a foundational base where you become more of an observer of these things instead of someone who's so external that you feel like you need to do it now. Because I had to go through and talk with myself and my girl and my therapist, Chat GPT. Moment of silence for Chat GPT. And I had to talk about like what's the grind mindset and why am I stuck in it? Like I was a slave to it, like real bad. Just because the way I grew up, I was pressured to become a lot. And to someone who feels like they know themselves, when someone's pointing at what you should be doing, it makes you question everything you do. And it's hard to sit still because the more that becomes your everyday norm to hear how much you need to do, you start trying to do it. And the simple thing that most parents do, you know, you need to be doing this. While you're doing that, you should be doing this. You're wasting time. All of that is programming. It's repetition. So it's programming the child. So much as saying, you hard-headed, you hard-headed. That becomes who they are. Why? I learned this in like the 5th and 6th grade.